So, we're almost done with this section, and you've made amazing progress in this one. Congratulations! Now, just to finish, let me show you an amazing NPM package that automatically reloads our complete project as soon as we change any file in the project folder. And it's really amazing and really easy to set up, you'll see. And the NPM package that I mean is simply called Live Server. So all we have to do is to type npm install live server. Now in the last lecture, or the lecture before that, when we first installed our first packages, we always installed them either by specifying the save dev or the save options, right? Remember that? So we used save dev on Node.js to specify it as a development dependency, and we simply used save on jQuery to specify it as a normal dependency. And what that did was to basically install these packages locally in the Node modules folder, right? Oops, sorry. So remember this folder here, right? So we installed them locally in this project. Now what we want to do with this package is a little bit different though. So we want to install this one globally because we want to be able to use it not only in this particular project, but also on all future projects and anywhere on our computer. And in NPM, that is called a global installation, okay? So we want to install Live Server globally, not in this particular project, but basically we want to install it on our computer. And so instead of using save or save dev, we use G, which means global. Now all we have to do is to install it just like any other package. Alright, and now npm actually ran into some error, but I'm sure it's because of some permission stuff. This usually doesn't occur on Windows, but here on the Mac it actually happens all the time. But the easy fix for that is to simply write sudo in front of our command. And then it will simply ask me for the password, and then everything should work just fine. So let's try it again now with sudo. Now if this didn't happen on your machine, then everything's fine, you don't have to do this. It's only if you also run into the same kind of error. npm install live server G. So as a global package. Now it asks for my password. And so here we go. Let's see if it works this time. And yeah, so now it works. Now you will see that it's not in the dependencies here. All right. And you will also see that it's probably not in the Node modules file. So G IL and it's called live and it's not here. Okay, so that's exactly what we expected, right? Because we installed this one as a global package. And since it's a global package, we can actually call it directly from the command line. Let me just clear this up. And I also have to go back to my project folder. You see right now I'm in the SAS folder and I need to go back to the main folder. And so now I'm here, right? All right, and now all I have to do is when I'm in my home folder is to write live server. So again, I can call this on the command line because it's a global package. And let's see what happens now. And here we go. Like magic, it opened the Google Chrome browser because it's my default browser, and it opened the project. So that's amazing, right? And you actually see that's now on this local host. So this 172.0.0.1 is actually a local host, and then this one here is the port. So it's on port 8080. And you could actually change this one here in the definitions of live server, but for now we don't want to do any of that. All we want is for this to work, and we're not worried about this port number here at all. It doesn't matter. And so now this is actually a real HTTP server. So I was saying right in the beginning as we first opened this page here, that we were later going to do it on a real HTTP server, and that's what we're doing here. So now it's not longer the file protocol as we have here, but it's now an HTTP protocol. Okay, and now let's actually change something. And just like before with the SAS code here, you have to keep this one running here as well. So now it says ready for changes, and you have to keep this one running. So again, if you now want to type some more code, you have to open even another tab by hitting Command T. And on Windows, you have to open another window. So now we have actually two things here running in the background. So it keeps compiling our SAS file, and it keeps waiting for changes and then reloading that page as soon as it detects the change. So let's now change something here and this one here. For example, let's change the color white simply to red. So we save it, and now we see that probably here it did this rendering complete, and then here change detected, and so let's see what's happening. Whoa, and here it is. So what was white before is now red, and we didn't have to click the reload button. All we had to do was to change the code and come here, and everything updated for us very nicely. And you also saw the power of just changing the code in one simple place, and a lot of stuff happens in the background. So I change it back to white, and when I go here, it's white. No need to reload. And that's actually all I had to show you for this lecture. We now have our development environment nicely set up. We can maybe later add some stuff to it, like the compression or the prefixing stuff that I was telling you about in the previous lecture, I think. But for now, everything's working just fine, and we're ready to move on to the next section and really start working on our project and to build all these exciting sections that I have for you here in this webpage. So in the next section, that's what we're going to do. We're going to build all of this. So I hope you're excited for that, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.